They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Oh! It went in!
Okay, and welcome to the Pure Golf Collective Fantasy Tour Season number 2. I am Carter. For those who don't know, I would be the face of the Fantasy Tour, and to my left is the brains. The experience is really provided by this man, Dutch. He is making the magic happen behind the scenes. Welcome to Season 2. We're really excited for this season. This year we got a full roster of 75 players, 15 events, and some new enhancements to the Fantasy Tour experience. First, with that enhancement is what we're deeming the Clubhouse. The Clubhouse is the web application for all things Pure Golf Collective Fantasy Tour. There is a link provided in this email. Open it up on your phones. That's where the experience is the best, but it also can work on a computer. But on iPhones, which probably most of us have, and if you have Android, you're probably smart enough to figure this out, is the share button. And if you click the share button on that website, you can add to your homepage, and that will create a button that will go right onto your homepage. When you click that button, you're right into the Clubhouse. Everything Fantasy Tour will be hubbed in this Clubhouse, so you want to make sure you get familiar with that. It will make the experience that much better. So yes, Dutch, with each week, we have the 15 regular events where participants get to pick their players for each event out of our boxes, 5 boxes. You pick 2 players out of each box. Different payout structure, the points, same playoff system as last year. I'm going to let Dutch get into that.
Yeah, so we've got 15 tournaments this year, and they're going to be split into 3 different tiers. Obviously, you got the majors that are the top tier. Then there's the second tier that I'm going to call the invitationals. There's going to be 4 of those throughout the season, and there's going to be 7 standard tournaments. The first 2 rounds of every tournament, all 10 golfers will count to your score. So essentially, every single stroke that a golfer takes counts for 0.1 of your strokes. And then on the weekend rounds, only the top 5 from that day then count for 0.2 of your strokes each. Each tournament, the top 35 will get points, and the points accumulate over the season. The top 35 in the standings at the end of the year will make the playoff tournament, and the playoff tournament is where the real money is.
Oh, yes. Could you explain the playoff format a little bit more in depth for us?
So all 3 of the FedEx Cup playoff tournaments come into one 12-round playoff tournament for the PGC Tour. At the start of the playoffs, those top 35 that make it in will end up starting with a certain number of strokes based on their final standing. For the first tournament, all 10 players count, and then 5 in the weekend, same as a normal one. Second tournament, it's only your top 5, and then the final tournament is only your top 3 on each day.
I recall from last year, the playoffs actually getting pretty exciting. Lots of movement on the leaderboard over those 3 rounds, and it really gave everybody, even if you were just getting into the playoffs, a sniff at getting into the money.
I mean, as we found out last year, me and you went into the playoffs, 34th and 35th, and we almost made the money.
Dead last.
We almost made the money. So there's still a chance for those at the bottom.
So for each week, you will have to pick your team. We will be adding a calendar invite, which will give you a pop-up on the week of the event, which will remind you to visit the Clubhouse app. We'll also be doing a reminder on social media, so that's at Pure Golf Collective, and get used to kind of checking it out on a Monday and a Tuesday on any given week. It'll have a countdown to when the next event is, and then also you'll be engaging with it during the events. The live leaderboard is action-packed, and also the PGA Tour. It has both leaderboards updating every 60 seconds, which is pretty darn neat. Wanted to ask you a little bit more, Dutch. Could we get a little bit of breakdown on what that PGC player rating means and what the significance of this rating system is?
Yeah, as we've talked about before, the world ranking is very skewed towards the top, and the numbers you see in comparison to other golfers is wild. Like the number 1 golfer is not 4 times as good as the number 8 golfer. So I wanted to kind of scale that out a little better, and I ended up bringing in 21 different stats.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all. Over the last few years, and use them to create this one metric.
What you're saying is if you are unsure of who to pick, trust the PGC rating.
Yeah, I tried to do your research for you.
Perfect. So I think that's pretty much it from us. We have the link for the first event, Waste Management, coming up this weekend. And moving forward, we're going to be moving everything through the clubhouse. So we're not spamming the emails a whole ton. Make sure you get familiar with the clubhouse, get it on your home screen. It'll make your life so much easier. And good luck in event number 1. Ciao.